How's it going, people? This is Chronicle Absolute. My name is Dion. How's it going? Hope you guys had a great day. It was just a day. Look, I'm in Charlotte right now, and it's hot. It is hot, and I think for the most part, most of the United States is just hot. And it reminded me of something that I went through last year, right? So last year, I got a load going to a customer. I believe it was a paper mill. Don't remember. It was, I believe it was like if it wasn't a paper mill, it was like a paper manufacturing company, but it was something dealing with paper. And get there, I've got this corrosive liquid chemical, and they say, hey, go over to this spot and you have to do the unload. Fine. So I get out there, I back up to the spot, hook up everything, and before I open up my valves to start, I realize, man, I'm just really hot. Now, in this case, they said, hey, you got to put on everything. So I had the rubber boots. Obviously, you're wearing jeans, but rubber boots. I got the green Power Ranger suit on. I got the goggles. I got the helmet with the face shield. Got the gloves. I mean, I'm suited and booted up. I've got everything on, right? And in the process of lugging these hoses off of my truck, I mean, that's a little bit of work there, right? It's hot. I'm in like the backwoods of it was either Mississippi or Alabama. I think Mississippi, but don't hold me to that. So I'm hot, hook up everything, lugging stuff across the ground, and before I open up any valves, I'm like, man, I'm just hot. I had sweated through my shirt. It's just saturated. I'm feeling weak. I feel like I just can't take another step nowhere. And I'm thinking I gotta climb on top of this trailer and open up the bleeder valve or hook up my hose. I can't remember what I was supposed to be doing up there, but I had to go up there for some reason, So I figured, hey, I'm gonna run inside right quick. Just let them know that I'm just gonna temporarily stop until I feel better. I just need to sit down and drink water, blah blah blah, So in order to get to them, you have to walk up these stairs. I go inside, and just to get up that first step, it took a lot to get up one step, and I had a whole flight of steps to walk up. I just couldn't do it. I could not do it. So I finally get up there, and I say, hey, I'm way too hot. I'm just gonna stop before I start. And their facial expression was just like, oh, wide-eyed, right? They're looking at me like, hey, fine, go ahead, have a seat right here. We've got air right here. Have a seat. We got you. We got some water too. They had some cold water, blah blah blah. And in the process, I take off the rubber suit, open it up, and my whole shirt is saturated. It's just wet. I mean, if I was to take it off and just throw it up against the wall, I'm quite sure it would make one of those. Well, what something sounds like when it's wet, and then it hits the wall, slap, thwack, It made that sound, right? So I was just wet, so I figured, hey, I'll just be down for a few minutes until I catch my breath and feel better. I was down for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, I guess, just sitting, just trying to get my bearings, And I thank God for this customer because they offered medical assistance if I needed it. I declined. I figured, hey, I'm okay. I just need to stop and just relax and drink water, and I'll be okay. And then eventually, when and then they spoke with their supervisor, and supervisor asked, well, hey, you can stay here for the night if you need to, and just start up whenever you're ready, and we're fine. So I thank God for this customer just because of the fact that they offered medical and they offered water and whatnot, and they just took care of me, and I really wish that I knew who this customer was, because at this point I would shout them out, but like I said, I don't remember who. But I guess what I'm saying is, during these hot months, man, you got to take care of yourself, man. Drink plenty of water. I go to Sam's Club, and I go there just to save money, but I get decent deals on like water. If it's not Sam's Club, it's probably Aldi. But bring like a good case or two of water with you, man. I mean, and if you're able to, keep it cold, keep it cool, at the very least, because out here during the summer months, it can get hot, and you can just, especially when we're out here and we're in the suits, I mean, it can do something to you. It'll sneak up on you. Now, what I didn't know would happen is that I felt so weak that it affected me for the next 3 days. Like, physically, my body was weak for 3 days afterwards, right? So I'm out there, I feel a little better, but man, it just drains you. So make sure, again, during these summer months, you drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated, please. I'm saying water, but I guess you could do like Powerade or Gatorade. I don't really mention that just because of the sugar content, but hey, do it. Stay hydrated, because if you're out here, it can sneak up on you. Now, one side tip along the same lines is that this particular customer, I had an appointment window between, I think it was like 7 o'clock in the morning until like 12 noon. And I didn't try to, but it just happened that I happened to get there right at like noon. I wasn't trying to, I was trying to get there as soon as possible, but whatever happened, I think maybe something was wrong with the trailer, or something happened. I don't know, but I got there right at noon. So consider that, when it's a hot day, consider that, hey, maybe I need to get there sooner rather than later. Now, it's one thing if you know for a fact that that customer will actually do all the unload, fine. But when you know for a fact, or you think that there's a possibility that it might be you doing the unload, especially when you go to these paper mills, when we unload into these tanks and the sun is out there and it's just beating down on our heads and under the sweat, it's try to get there as soon as possible if you're able to. If not, then it is what it is. But if you're able to get there as soon as possible, that way when you do the unload, it's cooler than what it would be at like say noon. But yeah, man. I mean, and thankfully, this customer, they were prepared for the summer months, because they had pallets on top of pallets on top of pallets of just water for their employees, and so when I was down for being so hot, they had water to give me, which thank God for that. They also had the Popsicle Sticks, the ones where when you stick it in your mouth, it cuts like both sides of your lip, both sides of your mouth. They had that too, so they were really trying to take care of their people, but you may not always have a customer that is like, in fact, I think that's the only customer that I know of that actually has water and popsicles for their people in case they get too hot, I've never known of anybody else actually do that, in fact, I did hear of one story. This is rare. This is absolutely rare. But there was one story that I heard where a driver got to a customer, and I don't know what was going on, but that driver was stuck at the customer for 2 days. And in the process of being there for 2 days, they were not allowed to go inside to get water, not allowed to go inside, use the restroom, not allowed to run their truck for the cool air. not allowed to do anything but just stay in a truck off. That's not cool. Now, that's been rectified, but just know that you can have customers on both sides of the spectrum. So it's very important that you take care of yourself. You come before that load at all times. Period. Point blank. Don't allow yourself to get sick because of a customer. Please don't, because you are far more valuable than that load. Far more valuable, right? So I believe that's it for this video. So until next time, you guys be good, be safe in all that you do. And I have to post the other video that I did. So until next time, you guys be good and be safe in all that you do. Bye.